Namaskar. A warm welcome to World News and Indian Perspective on All India Radio. This is Prashant Kumar Sinha bringing glimpses of major developments of the day from across the globe. The headlines: PM Modi to address high-level meeting to mark 75th anniversary of UN and general debate next week. Indian representative to the UN says India committed to ensure water and sanitation to all. India and Bangladesh agree to resume joint coordinated border patrolling. Britain, France and Germany say UN sanctions relief for Iran to continue beyond 20th of September. Thousands of protesters gather in Bangkok in a pro-democracy campaign, and Indian Premier League kicks off in Abu Dhabi. Mumbai Indians set a target of 163 runs for the Chennai Super Kings. Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi, will address the high-level meeting to mark the 75th anniversary of the United Nations and the general debate next week. A report.
The annual session of United Nations General Assembly begins in New York on 21st September with the high-level meeting to commemorate the 75th anniversary of the United Nations. To mark the historic occasion, the 193 UN member state will adopt a forward-looking political declaration negotiated through an intergovernmental process on the theme, "The future we want, the United Nations we need," reaffirming our collective commitment to multilateralism. The general debate will commence on 22nd September and will continue till 29th September. Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi, will address the event on 26th September through a pre-recorded video statement. The vision PM Modi outlines at these meetings will be closely watched as it comes ahead of India taking a seat at powerful UN Security Council as an elected non-permanent member for a 2-year term beginning from 1st January 2021. This is Arun Mohan from News Desk for AIR World News.
For the first time in the 75-year history of UN, heads of state and government will not be arriving in New York for the General Assembly due to the COVID-19 pandemic. They have submitted pre-recorded video statements that will be played in the iconic General Assembly Hall. India's representative to the United Nations has said that New Delhi is committed to ensuring access to water and sanitation in all and particularly in public spaces. He was addressing the 45th session of the Human Rights Council in Geneva on human rights to safe drinking water and sanitation. He said India has accorded highest priority to ensuring access to water and sanitation for all citizens through the Swachh Bharat Mission and the Jal Jeevan Mission. The 50th meeting of the Border Guarding Forces of India and Bangladesh has concluded in Dhaka. The biannual meeting discussed the issues related to India-Bangladesh border management and security. Director General of India's Border Security Force, BSF, Rakesh Asthana said the BSF and Border Guards Bangladesh agreed for real-time sharing of intelligence to reduce criminal activities on the border.
To prevent this antisocial activities across the border, we have discussed and decided that we should have a real-time sharing of intelligence and information about the movements of the criminals across the border and also about the activities of the syndicates who are running this racket behind the scenes, so that appropriate legal actions as per the law of land of the respective countries taken by the respective forces.
Several other important issues were discussed during the meeting. A report on the meeting from our special correspondent in Dhaka.
The DG-level meeting between BSF and Border Guards Bangladesh (BGB) took several important decisions to safeguard the India-Bangladesh border. Both the countries have agreed to resume the joint coordinated border patrolling to reduce criminal activities like smuggling of cattle, weapons and narcotics on the border. Recognizing the increasingly violent attacks on the border guarding forces, India and Bangladesh agreed for real-time sharing of intelligence on smuggling syndicates and list of smugglers to ensure that the border remains peaceful and secure. They also agreed to take effective steps for the prevention of human trafficking and illegal crossing of the international border. Bangladesh reassured India that it will not allow any Indian insurgent groups to use its soil for anti-India activities. Rajesh Jha for World News, All India Radio, Dhaka.
The UN Security Council has welcomed Afghanistan peace negotiations in Doha. It also strongly encouraged the parties to continue pursuing confidence-building measures. These include reduction in violence and to continue the engagement. The first ever direct talks between the Afghan government representatives and the Taliban began on the 12th of September. Meanwhile, violence continues in Afghanistan. Ayub Gadpal, the deputy head of the Provincial Council of Afghanistan's eastern Paktia province, was assassinated in a shooting attack on Saturday. This is All India Radio giving you the world news. Britain, France and Germany told the UN Security Council on Friday that UN sanctions relief for Iran agreed under a 2015 nuclear deal would continue beyond 20th of September. In a letter to the Security Council, the three European parties to the nuclear deal said any action taken to reimpose UN sanctions won't have legal validity. However, the United States has asserted that all the measures against Iran should be reimposed. United States quit the nuclear deal in 2018. But it has said it can make the move because the 2015 Security Council resolution still names it as a participant. 13 of 15 of the Security Council members have said that Washington's move is void because it no longer is a party to the nuclear deal. Thousands of protesters gathered in Thailand's capital Bangkok in a pro-democracy campaign against Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha government. Protesters have been building in the Southeast Asian country since mid-July. The protesters are demanding dissolution of parliament with fresh elections, a new constitution and an end to intimidation of political activists. Demonstrators wore face masks but ignored a plea from Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha to cancel the event. He had urged them to cancel the protest, saying it risks spreading the coronavirus and derailing recovery of Thailand's battered economy. Meanwhile, the government spokesperson said that people can protest but that they should do so peacefully and within the law. Amid Chinese intrusion into Taiwan's airspace, President Tsai Ing-wen has pledged deeper ties with the United States. In a statement, Taiwan President has said that Taiwan and the United States will continue to work together to promote peace, stability, prosperity and development in the Indo-Pacific, positively impacting the region. Now let's have a look at the global COVID-19 figures. The number of coronavirus infected cases has crossed 30.26 million worldwide. India on Saturday registered the highest single-day recoveries of more than 95,000 COVID patients. UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson said that UK is experiencing the start of the COVID-19 pandemic's second wave and the government would introduce new restrictions. India has handed over 13 essential medicines to Mozambique as support to its fight against COVID-19. These include around 22 million metric tons of hydroxychloroquine and paracetamol. A veteran Australian judge, one of the 14 foreign judges on Hong Kong's highest court, has resigned in protest of the new national security law imposed by Beijing on the city. Justice James Spiegelman is the first senior judge to resign. The new security law was passed by China's parliament on the 30th of June without any Hong Kong legislative process or consultation. It has sparked renewed debate about the city's judicial independence. Moving on to sports, after a long wait, cricket fans are seeing some action in the game as the 13th edition of the Indian Premier League IPL kicked off in Abu Dhabi this evening. The opening match is being played between Mumbai Indians and Chennai Super Kings. Put into bat first, Mumbai Indians scored 162 for the loss of 9 wickets in the stipulated 20 overs. Chasing the victory target, Chennai Super Kings were 58 for 2 wickets and 9 overs when reports last came in. India is celebrating the 150th birth anniversary of Mahatma Gandhi. Before we end, let's listen to his favorite bhajan, Vaishnavajan, by a singer from Tanzania. With that, we end this bulletin. See you at the same time tomorrow with the next edition of World News.